Welcome to the second edition of Inside Mortgages This Week. I'm your host, Nick Bachewski. You can visit my website at mortgageinottawa.com, and I thank you very much for that. This week was a little bit of a lighter week in mortgage news, but it did have some very prevalent news nonetheless. The number one news piece being Jim Flaherty announcing that CMHC will now be run by the OSFI instead of the Human Resource Minister, Diane Finley. Second, we will take a look at house prices for the month of March, as well as some meetings that Mark Carney was a part of last week, just going over what he was talking about and maybe some thoughts into the future with regards to interest rates. So the first story, of course, Jim Flaherty announcing that CMHC will be taken a look at by OSFI. There won't be any major changes. This just seems like a smarter decision by the finance minister to put it under a guidance that looks over all the financial institutions, has a more monetary background, deals a lot more in finance rather than the human resource minister, Diane Finley. There will still be members of the human resource department on the board of the OSFI. There will be some changes in the boards, but nonetheless, it will probably be a little more micromanaged, which is not a bad thing. There's going to be a lot more public disclosure with regards to CMHC's dealings, which is very good. Some drawbacks for stated income workers, a lot of the self-employed workers. This could prove to be a little more of a challenge. We hope it's not, but there could be some more scrutiny as Jim Flaherty is trying to rein down and show that he is taking care of the higher book that the CMHC is governing, up around $600 billion right now, and he does not want to increase that again, increase the threshold. This could also mean more business going towards the other two insurers that we have in Canada, Genworth and Canada Guarantee. So those are the bit of the more topics. There will be a lot more in the news going forward in the future, and I will update you on all of that. Second thing, house prices in March, up again. There was a slowing in the Vancouver market, but once again, Toronto is very, very hot still. Up, and in Canada, in total, up 5.1% year on year from March. In Toronto, home prices are at $504,000 on average. That is a substantial amount. So that we're looking at that. The other major topic this week would be Mark Carney. He was and his second command met with the House of Commons Finance Committee, and the House of Commons Finance Committee really hit back with some of the topics that Mark Carney talked about on his April 17th meeting about the interest rates not increasing, but that they are, of course, looking at they can only go up from here. But they had a lot of backlash to talk about, because the other numbers that came out last week were the poor Canadian retail sales and consumer confidence reports being low. So they're asking, how can we start increasing the interest rates possibly too soon because of these numbers coming out, and but Mark Carney is trying to rein in the growing household debt numbers, the rising home prices, and so we're going to be looking at that more in the future. My projection is that they still will not be going up, even though some numbers in the States are getting better. There's still a lot of problems to work out with Europe, and even here with those retail numbers that are coming out. So a lot of stuff going on. My website is still under construction. It should be done within the next couple weeks. I'm working hard day and night on this, making some videos. I hope you stay with me. These will only get better in the future. We're looking at better lighting. We're looking at doing a lot of things. So.